y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I want to talk about Dina Wakley gloss sprays. I happen to really love these sprays. I use them all the time in my art journaling. I use them for all kinds of things, and I have a bunch of the colors here. This might be all the colors. I'm not sure. I think she's released some new ones. I love these gloss sprays, but I am not the best at caring for my gloss sprays. And if you're like me, then you have probably encountered some clogging of these spray bottles. And so today I want to go through, I'm going to test my spray bottles, and we're going to talk about how you can keep them from getting clogged in the first place, which is the ideal thing, to keep them from getting clogged. And then also about how I kind of take them apart and try to fix the clog if I can. So if you are interested in kind of coming along with me and seeing how I can make these all work again, then stay tuned. I will link the gloss sprays down below. If you haven't tried them yet, you definitely should, because they are super awesome. All right, let's go. All right, so that we don't waste any spray, I have just some cardstock here. What you do, these are an acrylic spray. So in the bottom, you can see that there is like the little sediments. Because it's acrylic, it's going to have that little ball in it, or it should have that little ball in it. And you're going to want to mix them really well before you use it. And then let's kind of test to see how this one works. So see, I'm pressing. This one's not working. It's going to be clogged. So we're going to put it in a clog. The first thing I'm going to do is test the ones that work and see which ones don't work and which ones do. Let's go and test that. Okay, so way more of them are clogged than are not clogged. But let's talk about, let me just move this over. Let's talk about what to do. These ones worked just fine. Let's talk about what to do right after you use them. So after you use your spray, take a wet wipe, some sort of paper towel, something like that, and wipe off this little nozzle right here. And then what I have found that works the best, let's just put, let me put this here. Okay, what I have found that works the best is get some clean water, take out the nozzle, go like this, rinse it off in the water, and then spray through until you're getting water to come through there. There we go. All right, so that has cleaned that out. Now there won't be any paint that dries in there, and that should work well for a good long while. So yellow is done again. So take it, make sure you wipe off the nozzle really well, unscrew the top, rinse it out in the water as best you can, spray until it starts coming out a little bit more clear. You can see got most of the color out. Again, there's some color in there just because the water is colored now. So a little bit messy, but cleaning it out like that has been the most successful way for me to make sure that these stay nice and clean. And I really, like I said, I love these sprays. I need to care for them just a little bit better. So again, we're taking it out, wipe it off, and then let's spray. All right, let's clean out this water. Let me clean out the water. We'll come back and do some more. Okay, those are the ones that are working just fine. Let's take these other ones that are clogged and see what we can do. Okay, so for the ones that are clogged, what I'm going to do is, again, take it apart. I'm going to rinse out what I can, kind of scrape off the edges. I'm just using my nail right here and rinsing out what I can. Sometimes just rinsing it with warm water gets things moving, and in this way I'm able to, for instance this is really nice warm water. Taking it apart, I see that water is going through. It is pumping now. So I have a few little dry pieces that are preventing smooth pumping. The more I soak it, clean it off. Again, this is pretty hot water that I'm using. It just helps loosen everything up. So that being said, I will dry this one off. This one is done. So let's see if we have a more difficult one. Again, unscrew it. I'm going to rinse it a little bit more thoroughly. And this one, I see it coming out at the bottom. You can see it squirting out of the bottom, but it's not coming out of the top yet. So it's working its way through. So I'm going to come through, get some of this crusty stuff off, and then I'm actually going to remove the lid right here. And this is where I'm going to find, a lot of times, that's the first place I check for a clog, is right here in the top of this little section right here. And what I do is I take a paper clip, I open it up, and then I kind of use it to dig out a clog. And I can see the clog in here, and it's pretty much just dried acrylic paint. So again, using this to pull it out, big chunks of acrylic paint that are keeping it from flowing. And that usually will solve the problem. So removing that nozzle, I'm going to take a moment to kind of scrape some of the extra stuff that is frozen in there or just dried up in there. Scrape that out and see if it will work now. So I'll put it back together. Again, there's a lot of dried paint right here to remove. All right, so put it back together. Let's see if it starts to squirt. It is coming out a little bit from the top. It still seems to have a bit of a clog. So let's look even closer up here. Here's another dried piece. Let's look at this nozzle again. I'm just taking the end of this paper clip and kind of seeing if there's some dried stuff. I'm just scraping across, and there was a little bit. Let's see if that helps. Okay, definitely spraying. Okay, now if it's particularly clogged, you can also come in here from the bottom, same thing with your paper clip that's all opened up now, and just kind of run it through to see if there's a clog at all coming from this direction. Once you're sure that there's not, you put it all back together. It's a little fiddly. You can do it. Put it all back together and check it one more time. All right, I'm going to continue to clean and then we'll come back. So now all of my spray bottles are cleaned up and functioning. I could have saved myself a lot of time had I cleaned them after I used each one instead of just throwing the tops back on and ignoring it. So really take the time to take care of your supplies, especially your gloss sprays. If you do end up with one that you cannot get unclogged, the other solution is to just buy one of those travel spray bottles. You can buy clear ones at your craft store, at the Dollar Tree, something like that, and transfer in your paint, and you'll be able to start over again and toss out the old bottle. But I do think you can take the time to try to save the ones you have, and of course I want them all to be in their original packaging when possible. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. If you have found any tips or tricks for making sure your Dina Wakley gloss sprays do not get clogged, then make sure to leave them in the comments below. I will link these gloss sprays in the description in case you want to give them a try. And I want to give a huge shout out to my Scrappy patrons. You guys are awesome. All right, I hope you all have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.